Alright, in today's video I'm going to be showing you the process of draining out the power steering ATF fluid out of the power steering pump here on a Subaru Legacy Outback 99. And I'm going to be using this vacuum pump meant for bleeding brakes. It'll do the job just fine. So to start off with, you want to pop off the cap and remove this little filter that just sits in here like so. You just pull it out, then we can start draining the fluid out. Also, you're going to want to jack up the car, get the wheels off the ground. You don't have to put any jack stands on unless you want to. You just leave the jack there. So, let's get to pumping out the old nasty fluid. Turn on the air compressor. This pump is pretty easy. I stick the tube in here and then push the lever. And she starts sucking all that old fluid right out of there. You can see it going up the hose right now. It's pretty dark brown fluid. This is supposed to be red ATF, automatic transmission fluid. Instead it's dark. And that's what these Subarus require. You put ATF. Alright, so next thing you want to do, you can turn on the car, or you can leave the car off. Turning it on will speed up the process, but you just grab the wheel, start spinning it back and forth. And that'll start pumping out the old fluid, and I can hear it going into the reservoir. It's a lot faster if you start the car and do this, because then it'll be driving the pump and squirting it back into the reservoir. Then you repeat. Once there's more fluid in there, pump it out. So looking at my little reservoir after sucking all that fluid out, we got about 20 ounces out. So I'll put the filter screen back in, just like that. I'll start adding the ATF. Nice, fresh, red ATF. Now as you add this, you're going to have to remove the air in the system over time. So you want to be careful of that. And then of course don't overfill it. So just add this slowly, a little bit at a time. And watch it because it'll fill up and then it'll suck into the hoses down below. Okay, now I'm going to start the car and turn the wheel. When I did that, a whole bunch of fluid was shooting out of the reservoir, so it's probably a good idea to put the cap on. If you overfill it, it's not too big of an issue. You just use suction. You can get yourself an old turkey baster too and pull out the fluid and then add as necessary with the cap on. There is a cold and warm fill mark on the cap dipstick. So I'm going to take a break from that and I'm going to steer the wheel a couple times because it looks like we're about there. Alright, so it looks like I'm getting close. Your cap has a warm and a cold marking on there. You just clean it off, twist it in when you think you got it about right. Twist it off, and right now, looks like I got it too full. But there could be air in the system. So I'm going to steer the wheel a couple more times and I'll double check. Cap, screw it off. I don't know if you can see that on this marking. It's a little different, but I added just a little bit too much, so I'm gonna have to remove some. When you're filling up the power steering reservoir, you might want to start up the car and turn the wheel. Kind of like when you were draining the fluid, when you're filling it, once it looks like it's full, start the car and steer the wheel back and forth. That'll suck in more fluid and pump out the air. Do that maybe once or twice and keep filling it. And then once you believe you're getting close, drop the car back on level ground and top it off until it reaches the cold full mark on the dipstick there. Take it for a drive, check it on cold or warm, and then once it's at the mark, you're done. And that's how you do a flush on this old Subaru Legacy Outback. It's basically the same process on any other Subaru and any other car that has a pump like this. So that'll conclude this video. If you found it helpful, consider leaving a like, maybe subscribing, help out the channel. So thank you for watching.